Hi there. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful day. Welcome back to Nick Can't Game or Can He, my YouTube gaming channel. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell, and leave a comment down below. We're back today with another episode of Pro Wrestling Sim. We're going to do 2 weeks of Nitros and Thunders in advance of our next premium live event, Brawl, which will take up the whole of the next episode after this one. So with that having been said, let's flip on over to the game and have some fun. Okay. We start off with the Monday, September the 8th, WCW Nitro, completely booked out. And we will hit the start show button. Our opening promo segment featuring 8 of the stars who will be on tonight's episode gets a 100% segment rating and popularity gain for everyone involved. We go back to the announce desk where 2 of our announcers are talking about tonight's show and again talking about the women and men who are going to be involved, and that gets a 76% segment rating. We go to the back where we see Hangman Adam Page arriving at the arena. That gets a 79%. We also see women's star and main eventer Liv Morgan arriving at the arena for a 97% segment. We go to the ring for the first match of the night. Part of the Cruiserweight Classic thing we've got going on here with Yuki Ueno and Ace Austin having a 3.5-star match for a 73% overall match rating. And let's we've got a new gimmick starting for Ace Austin, considering the way his picture has here. He's starting a Teen Idol gimmick, and that will begin with his next appearance. We go to the back where we see Hangman Adam Page walking through the gorilla position, grabbing a microphone and making his way out to the ring. He makes a challenge to Samoa Joe for a match later in the night, and Samoa Joe accepts that challenge, and this gets a 77% overall segment score. And that is going to be our main event. Returning to the ring after her injury about a month or so ago at the hands of the Poly Queens, we have Saraya. She comes back and she cuts a promo. She's back. She's ready for action. She wants a match, and she wants it right now. And that gets a 90% segment score. And she gets her match, and it is against Santana Garrett. We have the commentary team making note of her previous injury at the hands of her enemies and how they sidelined her to keep her from helping Ronda during that cage match at Wildfire. And with this match, she's sending a message that she's not just back, she's dangerous. And that the people who attacked her should be watching the match. And Saraya's not done with them yet. and that gets a 69% overall match score. We go to commercial break for the company's streaming platform, Amazon Prime. And that commercial gets an 89% rating. Popularity growth for just about everybody. We go back to the ring. Liv Morgan is calling out Trish Stratus for a match at the pay-per-view, the POE Fall Brawl. And Trish accepts the challenge. That will be coming up on Saturday, September 20th. I Can't Talk. That gets an 83% segment rating. We have a tag team match, 3-star match. The Divine Desires taking on the Iconics. And one of these teams is going to end up in the Women's Tag Team Championship match at Fall Brawl. The performances weren't all that great, but it is a 3-star match and an 80% overall, with Sari picking up the win for the Divine Desires. And then we have the Women's World Champion Becky Knox with a microphone in her hand, making a challenge to Mercedes Varnado in advance of their match at the Premium Live event. And she's basically saying, if you want the crown, if you want this title, you better come and take it from me. And Mercedes appears on the Titantron on the arena screen saying, at the Premium Live event, I'll take your title and your legacy. And that gets a 92% segment score. We go back to the ring. CJ Perry is defending the Flawless Television Championship against Effie. And in a 3-star match that gets a 68% rating. We go to commercial break. The latest round of new t-shirts, Haley J, Nixon Newell, and Onenson, and that gets a 76% rating for that commercial. We go to the back where Brock Lesnar jumps United States Champion Konosuke Takeshita, throwing him around the backstage area, into crates, bouncing him off walls, and finally hitting him with an F5. And leaving him laying there, and that gets a 96% segment score. We go back to the ring. Mustafa Ali in a non-title match against Mystico, who will be one of the participants in the Fatal 4-Way for the Cruiserweight title at Fall Brawl. And that's a 3.5-star match, 79% overall. Mystico picks up the win. After the match, Mustafa Ali goes out of the ring, grabs a steel chair, comes back in, and cracks Mystico over the back with it and hits him a couple times while he's down on the ground, leaving him lying there. And that gets a 62% segment score. We go to the back where we see a video of Brock Lesnar leaving the arena after his attack on Konosuke Takeshita. And we go back to the ring for a Fatal 4-Way match. Alex Kane, Kenta, Miro, and Sonny Dinsa having a match. Basically, that's just to get them on the card because they haven't had many storylines to be involved in. It's a 2.5-star match for a 71% overall match score. We go to commercial break for the latest round of action figures. The commercial gets a 92% rating, and we go to the main event. Samoa Joe and Hangman Adam Page. Uh, they put together a decent match and managed to steal the show. It's a 2-star overall match for an 82% match quality. Hangman picks up the win. And that show is, and we get a 79% overall rating. Popularity growth across the world for the company. Evening passes and morning comes, the second day. Okay, and we check out our mail. We sold 19,000 tickets. After the gate share clause, we had over $1 million in ticket sales. And our standard 388,000 from Amazon Prime for the show, which had almost 3 million viewers. I think that's our biggest viewership yet. So we're doing good. Is there anybody that we might want to hire? We've got a contract offer out to hire someone away from AEW who will who has had good matches and good teaming with one of our upper mid-card women before. But we're not, the jury's still out on whether or not she'll accept our offer. No, I don't see anybody in here as coming up for contract renewal that we might be interested in. So let's flip ahead to Wednesday and see what comes up. Okay, we have some stuff in the mail. Mina Shirakawa accepts our contract offer. She's going to be joining the company. She works very well with part of our women's division, Mariah May. They can have good matches against each other or with each other as a tag team. She will be she may be available for us to use as soon as the next episode. We will finalize her contract. And we've got a new member of the roster. Okay. She is not available. No, wait, she is. Okay. She's available immediately. She's going to be a babyface in the upper mid-card of our women's division. And is there anybody else who we might want to hire? Anybody that I see over here whose name I recognize? Anybody? No. Okay, let's go on to Thursday and our next episode of Thunder. Also booked out. And if you're wondering why I don't book these on the actual episode as I record it, it's because it can take me a couple days to figure out the booking and what I want to have on here, what I want on each of my shows. So it doesn't, it would take a long, bloody time, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So we go to our Thunder show. Again, already booked out. Coming from Missouri. Estimated potential attendance of over 18,000. Again, fully booked out in advance because, like I mentioned, otherwise it takes me a long time to get this and all these details written up. So we start the show. Our opening segment featuring several of the people who are going to be on the show tonight gets a 100% segment rating. Do we have any character changes? No. Okay. We go to the announce desk where they talk about several of the people who will be on tonight's show. And that gets an 84%. We go to the back where we see a video of Simon Miller, the former television champion, arriving at the arena. He's going to be having a rematch for his title at Fall Brawl, and that gets an 85%. We see Britt Baker, one of the higher-ups in our women's division, arriving at the arena for an 88%. And then the entire Polly Queen stable arriving for an 87%. We go to the ring. Britt Baker taking on Natsu Sumayer. It's a 2.5-star match for a 67% overall match rating. Britt picks up the win by submission with the lockjaw. And we go to the back where Shane McMahon is interviewing Leah Van Dale and Eva Marie. And Leah is going to be having a match tonight against Santana Garrett. Sort of a tune-up for the upcoming Women's United States Championship Tournament. And Leah is calling herself not just Polly, but polished. And Eva says tonight Leah is going to prove it in the ring. And that gets the 78% segment score. We go out to the ring where Simon Miller is having a match against Eric Bugenhagen. And that is a 4-star match. Really good match. 84% overall rating. They had a great boost to their performances because of their gimmicks and the momentum that they're both on. The crowd really enjoyed it. And it was a good match. Simon picks up the win. We go to commercial break, showing a couple of new t-shirt designs that are going to be going on sale in WCW's online shop for Leah Van Dale, Mayu Iwatani, and Raj Desi. We go backstage where Nikki Garcia is interviewing Tessa Blanchard, talking about the upcoming United States Championship Tournament for the women and how Tessa is not here in WCW to be liked. She's here to be legendary, and that gets 91% segment score. We go back to the ring where Leah Van Dale has her match against Santana Garrett. She got to booster her performance. She's on a wave of momentum. She got the pin with her feet on the ropes. So she's a heel. She cheated to win, and that got a 62% overall match score. We go to the back where Eva Marie is standing with uh, the main tag team of the Poly Queens, Alex Windsor and Maki Ito, talking about the upcoming Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match. Uh, and um, the commentary says basically they're circling the women's tag division like sharks, and that gets to 93%. We go to the ring. The #1 Contenders match is a 5-star match between 5 different women's tag teams to find out who's going to be the #1 contenders. You have the team of the Divine Desires, Brandy, Lauren, and Sari, the party idols of Haley J and Mia Momono, the Iconics, Jessie McKay and Cassie Lee, the Poly Queens, Alex Windsor and Maki Ito, and the Resistance, Bobby Tyler and Rosemary. It's a 5-star match, 96% overall match quality, and Divine Desires win with Sari picking up the pin, getting the pin on Jessie McKay after a really massive brawl. 24 minutes of absolute insanity, and they all managed to completely steal the show, and it was a great match. After the match, the tag team champions step out onto the stage holding their belts high in their hands and staring down the new #1 contenders in the ring. And that gets an 80% overall. Thunder this evening gets an 89% show rating, gaining in popularity across the world. And we go ahead to the next day. Okay. We sold 18,500 ticket sales. After the gate share clause, we had over 1.1 million in tickets. We got our regular 363,000 in income, and the news is talking about Mina signing with us. Is there anybody else we might want to hire? Anybody that I recognize? Anybody at all? No. Okay, we go ahead to the next day. See if anything comes up in the mail. Edge has re-signed with AEW. We weren't looking to hire him anyway. He's kind of accident prone, injury prone at this point in his career. Bryan Danielson is up for contract renewal. One of the Young Bucks is up for contract renewal. This could be interesting. What does Bryan want? What kind of offer is he looking for? I mean, his career is kind of winding down. You look at his condition, he's had a whole crap ton of concussions over his career. Um, his brain isn't in that great a shape, neither is his neck. If we decided to try to hire him, yeah, he's a current champion. It looks like he's a current double champion in AEW. Okay. We probably can't meet his asking price. But let's just check and see what he wants. Okay. He wants 50,000 in appearance. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna let the other companies try to hire you. The injuries are just too much. It doesn't work for me, man. No offense. What about Jackson? He works well with Adam Page. Ah. It'd be better if we could bring in both him and his brother at the same time, but I don't know if his brother's contract is up yet. No, his brother's contract isn't up until June of next year. What would he want anyway? No, I don't think so. Sorry, man. Not gonna hire you. Okay. Let's go on to the next day. Okay, what is in our mail? Cain Velasquez wants a title match before the middle of November. Sure, Cain, we can get you that match. Absolutely. Okay, what else is going on? Who is this guy, this woman that they're making an offer for? Arcady Aura. She's a non-wrestler. Is she like an interviewer or something? But it doesn't seem to have anything with commentary or announcing. Okay, well, if they want to renew her, that's okay. I don't know who she is or what she's doing. Anybody else that we might want to? Anybody? No. Okay. So we'll flip ahead to Monday and our next show. Okay, what's in our mail? Our war report. Apparently, we are now also at war with Mexican promotion CMLL, and we are rather definitively winning that one. Um, we are still definitively winning against New Japan as well. Um, WWE is beating us rather steadily, although we are drawing on our entertainment. But we're right now only winning best looking roster, and we actually won show quality last time. Um, we are being seen as definitively better than WWE's NXT brand. And as definitively better than AEW. So we go ahead. Danielson renewed for AEW, and so did Matt Jackson. Let's see. Okay. We could try to steal Julia away from WWE. And I think we should. She's good at entertainment and wrestling skill, psychology, stamina. We can hire her. Yes, we can hire her. What does she want? Okay. How much do you want to join our company? And you won't be on developmental. You'll be right up. Okay. He only wants $600 an appearance. We can make that. We can make that $750 easily. Give her 19,000 a month and 25,000 signing bonus. No, you're up for mid card at the very least, and we can probably push you to main event after a little while. Let's give her the franchise player gimmick and make her an offer that hopefully she will not refuse. Okay. Is there anybody else that could be we could hire? Anybody else? Okay. Let's add someone to our short list so that we're informed when she becomes available. Stephanie Vaquer. Her contract doesn't expire until April of next year, but we'll add her to the list of people we really want to hire. And we go to our next show, the last Nitro before the Fall Brawl Premium Live event. And we are booked out. fingers crossed it's going to be a good show and get a decent rating. Um, 100% for our opening show intro, showcasing the people who are going to be on tonight's episode. We go to the announce desk. We're talking about Liv, Trish, Joshua Swift-Patu, and Nick Nemeth, and that gets a 79% segment score. We go to the back. We see former world champion Joe Hendry arriving at the arena. We also see Brock Lesnar showing up. And the Poly Queens making an entrance themselves. That's a 96%. We go back to the ring where Mystico is having a tune-up match in advance of the Cruiserweight Championship on Fall Brawl on Saturday. That's a 3-star match for 74% overall. Mystico picks up the win. And after that, we have Trish Stratus coming down, marching to the ring, grabbing a microphone, and challenging Liv Morgan, who comes out in response. And the two of them end up fighting and brawling all the way to the back. And that gets a 79% overall segment score. We go back to the ring, a non-title match. CJ Perry taking on Bobby Tyler and picking up the win. And that's a 64% overall match score, 1.5 star quality. We go to commercial break. Latest t-shirts from Bret Hart, Mark Calloway, and Mick Foley. 3 of the legends who tend to show up at some of our premium live events. We go to the back where Nikki Garcia is interviewing Mercedes Varnado, talking about the upcoming title match on Saturday, and that gets an 82% overall. We go back to the ring where the former Asuka, known here as Kana, her original wrestling name, has a 3.5 star match with Lady Maravilla, and that gets a 73% overall. She picks up the win pretty easily. And we go to the back, and we have the Poly Queens with Eva Marie talking about how they got robbed at the tag team #1 contendership match on last Thursday, but how they're going to be standing tall and winning gold in the Women's United States Championship tournament and across the rest of the women's division, and that gets a 96% overall. We go back to the ring. We have a gauntlet match. James Storm, Santana, Hangman Adam Page, and Miro. Again, this is mainly a way to get some of our stars on who don't really have storylines going on at the moment. And the crowd has an 82% reaction. The match quality is only a 2-star for 74% overall. Hangman really put in a big effort and picked up the win. We go to commercial break. There's a commercial after every other match. This one for the latest round of action figures. And that commercial gets an 89% rating. We go back to the ring. Ace Austin taking Mustafa Ali in a singles match before the championship 4-way on Saturday, and It ended in a draw, a double countout, and got a 3-star match, 63% overall. We have Simon Miller with the microphone in his hand, telling CJ Perry that at Fall Brawl on Saturday, he wants their match to be an Iron Man match, and she agrees to the terms. It's an 83% segment score. We go back to the ring. The varsity athletes of Eric Bugenhagen and Grayson Waller taking on Dead Man's Hand, Bully Ray and Ezekiel Creed. It was kind of a dud, but the crowd was really into it. Bully Ray didn't put a lot of effort into the match. It only got 73% overall, despite the crowd reaction. And Grayson Waller picked up the pin. We go to commercial break for the latest round of trading cards. 83% commercial rating. We go back to the ring. Joshua Fatu taking on Nick Nemeth. They ended up fighting outside the ring and going to a double countout because they just couldn't stop fighting long enough to get back into the ring. The commentary says, this wasn't a match, it was a meltdown, and they didn't want to win, they wanted to destroy each other. And after the match, they brawled through the crowd and kept going until they disappeared from sight, and that got an 80% rating. And at the end of the show, got 78% overall, picked up popularity across the world, and we go on to the next day. Okay. We sold 18,300 tickets for $986,000 in ticket sales after the gate share clause, and over 3 million viewers. That's pretty nice. That's our highest yet. $388,000 our usual. Anybody worth hiring? I don't know who this guy is, but he left WWE to join New Japan. AEW makes a contract renewal offer for Buddy Matthews. He's not bad, but he's more of a mid-carder. His wife over in WWE, Rhea Ripley, is amazing, but her contract's not up for a while, so I can't really hire her anytime soon. He has pretty good chemistry with Mustafa Ali as an opponent. That's a point in his favor. And with Malachi Black, who we haven't used for a while here, it might be worth it to pick him up. Let's see. fingers aren't on the right keys. Her contract's not up for another full year. Oof. I suppose I can hope that something happens and WWE releases her contract early. But let's see. Alright. How much would it cost to bring Buddy in? Considering he has good chemistry with a couple of other members of our mid-card. $12,000 a month. 400 in appearance is what he's getting now. We can make it for 3 years. Make it. It's going in tens. 700. 15,000 a month. 17.5. Signing bonus. What do we wanna? Toughness, sociable, fast learner, tag team expert, loves hardcore. Let's grab a. Do we have a hardcore gimmick? We've got hardcore icon. Make him a mid-card face. Sure, let's make the offer. I'm not sure he'll accept it, but we'll make him the offer. Okay. And that is the last person that looks like we really want to hire. So we flip ahead. See if anything comes up in the mail. Alright. Charlotte Flair is up for contract renewal. Julia was offered a contract by WWE. She signed with them instead of us. Well, that's too bad. I'm disappointed. But screw it. I'll steal Charlotte Flair. I will absolutely steal Charlotte Flair. I mean, in the game, her father, Ric Flair, is the owner of the company. I'm sure he'll, I'm sure he'll open up the pocketbooks to get her. Main event. She's absolutely a main eventer. 3 years. Let's say 25,000 in appearance. $180 a month. 25. Signing bonus. Okay. We have the Queen gimmick on here. Because she's known in WWE as the Queen. Do we have that kind of gimmick here for her? We could try to offer her her father's old gimmick, the Nature Boy or the Nature Girl. Do we have a Queen? I'll settle for generic royalty. I will settle for generic royalty. Because no, I don't see Queen. Okay. Royalty gimmick, 3-year contract. 25,000 in appearance. Let's make it 200,000 a month. Rick would have to open up the pocketbook for his daughter. She has a better offer already. Ouch. Okay. Let's see. Let's make it real long term. Let's make it 5 years. Okay, she'll consider our offer. I really hope we can steal her away. She is a big deal. And I want to get her away from WWE and make her one of our stars. Wait. Was she still listed as a main event in our contract offer? Okay. Alright, let's go to the next day and Thunder. Buddy Matthews accepted our contract offer. That's good. We'll start him feuding with Mustafa and Malachi. Charlotte hasn't sudden family emergency. Uh-oh. He was supposed to be... When is he coming back? Not until after the premium live event. I'll have to see what I can do there. Okay. Alright, let's go to Thunder. This week is all about the Women's United States Championship Tournament. And every match on the show is featuring the women of our roster. We're expecting about 19,000 some people in attendance. And let's get the show started. Again, showcasing the women on this week's episode. For our weekly show intro, at 100% for that segment. We go to the announce booth. Two of our announcers talking about the women on the show, and our general manager Bill Goldberg, who will be making the announcement about who will be competing in the United States Championship Tournament and what the brackets are. And that's a 72%. We go to the back where we see Bill arriving at the arena, and that gets 78%. We see Tessa Blanchard arriving, and that's a 98% segment score. We go to the ring. One-star match between Santana Garrett and Alex Windsor, with Santana picking up the win. Only a 48% overall. They don't have good chemistry as opponents, so we'll have to keep them away from each other in the future. We go to the back where Bea Priestley is being interviewed by Shane McMahon about her upcoming match in the tournament against Ali, and that gets a 71% overall segment rating. We go to the ring. Sari has a 2.5 star match against Haley J for 54% overall. And picks up the win. We go to commercial break, and the commercial gets an 82% rating. We go back to the ring. We have Bill Goldberg making the announcement of the women in the United States Championship Tournament. Tessa Blanchard, Sari, Bea Priestley, Ali, Masha Slamovich, Natsu Sumayer, Leah Van Dale, and he shows the bracket on the screen, and this is an 8-woman tournament, and the first 4 matches are going to be Tessa Blanchard against Natsu Sumayer, Sari versus Leah Van Dale, Masha Slamovich against Santana Garrett, and Ali against Bea Priestley. Goldberg continues that these matchups guarantee one thing. The final will be a clash of styles, a clash of values, and a clash of fire. And let's hear from the competition. Tessa Blanchard steps forward, grabs the mic, and looks at her first round opponent. Um, this bracket isn't a challenge, it's a checklist, and you're first on the list. When I'm done with you, I'll keep going until that title is around my waist where it belongs. Masha steps forward and grabs the microphone from Tessa and said she doesn't care who she's up against. She breaks bones and wins fights, and she doesn't need glitter or games to do it. Then Leah Van Dale grabs the mic, thanks Goldberg for the spotlight, and says, Saria's a tag wrestler, not a singles wrestler. How cute. But I'm here to be the face of this division, and I don't share. And then Allie grabs the mic and says, I've been overlooked before, but not anymore. B, you're tough, but I've got heart, and heart is going to win. And then things break down. Natsu Sumayer throws glitter at B Priestley, and they start fighting. B shoves her back. Leah and Allie start shouting over each other. Some blows are exchanged. Masha steps between them, but Santana Garrett pulls her away, and then the referees come down to the ring to stop the fight. And the commentary team says, the brackets are set, but the tension's already boiling over, and it's not just a tournament, it's a collision course, and this gets an 83% overall. We go back to the ring. Masha is having a match against Jessie McKay, and Masha picks up the win with her finishing move, the snowplow, and that's a 2.5-star match, 72% overall. We go to the back. Nikki Garcia interviewing Leah Van Dale and Eva Marie about the upcoming match against Sari in the first round of the tournament. And Leah says, I'm not just winning, I'm going to redefine this division and do it in style. And that gets an 84% overall. We cut away to Tessa Blanchard being interviewed by Shane McMahon about her first round match. And she says, you saw what happened out there. 7 women trying to prove something, but I don't need to prove anything. I've already done it. This tournament is about inevitability for me. I'm going to dominate it. And when I do, every woman in that ring tonight will remember the moment they lost. Not just the match, but the spotlight. And then she walks off. The camera lingers at the bracket graphic behind her, and that gets a 97% segment rating. We go to the ring. Tessa has a 3.5-star match against Rosemary, and successfully steals the show for a 76% overall match rating. At the end of the show, we have a 78% overall rating. 5.5 popularity gained across the world. And we go to the next day. We check our mail. We sold 19,180 tickets. That's almost a complete sellout. We gained 1.25 million in ticket sales after the gate share clause. Our 363 from Amazon Prime. We got her. We got Charlotte Flair. And we're going to finalize that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't think there's anybody else we really want to hire over here. Not that I can see. Let's see. We have a developmental brand going on now, and we're trying to get some of our people get some of their stats up by having them work for this other company. And with that, we'll flip ahead to Saturday. And then I will close out the episode. Okay, let's see what's in our mail. Alright, that's just the news that we got Ashley, or Charlotte as it were. Is there anybody else whose contract is coming up that I have actually heard about? No. Okay. So yeah, we get Charlotte in 26 days. We can try to hire Alexa, possibly during the next episode. Okay. With that, I will close out the episode. And I thank you again for the time that you spend with me. I appreciate you all very much. I am so very grateful for the kindness, support, and love you show me. I absolutely treasure it. I love each and every one of you. Please take my love with you everywhere you go. Remember to be good to each other. It's the highest calling in all the world. Show each other kindness, compassion, mercy, and love. And I will see you all again very, very soon.